Garth, otherwise known as Big G.
My name is Richie Blackford.
Mrs. Griffiths would have been very proud of her daughter, Marcia, even though she reluctantly allowed her into the music business. Marcia, when?
Yeah.
All we need to do is to recognize that if we put investment in, we are revitalizing communities. How we deal with small man? And so the sound system started to come up. The sound system was the small man entertainment.
Inimitable. Toots. Mr. Frederick Hibbert himself. And the Maytals.
This was a big song, God. Big song for many small. In fact, Prince Buster had his imprint all over it. You know?
Sundays come here.
Mike Live.
Yes. It's another Sunday. And Richie, as you know, if it's Sunday,
Sunday Scoops time.
Scoops time. Man, give me a little bit more energy, man. Sunday Scoops.
No, man.
My virgin sound like him, no, really fit.
Listen, man. It's a tough time we live in America, you know. You see, man, we kill off the whole like black people. I come around the traffic light a while ago and I see policeman, them Coral Spring police. And me come to a dead stop. And the green light, I tell me, say, I'm if I go on. But me just, you know, thing. That's the nature of the place I live in. But listen, today name Sunday.
And if it's Sunday,
Sunday Scoops.
Sunday Scoops. Welcome to all the listeners who are watching us on yardmedia.com. And if you're listening on mixlr.com, Old School Rules, good afternoon to you. Healing up all of the listeners in the chat room and those who are just logged in but not really showing up in the chat room, good afternoon to you. Today we're going to bring you...
Hold on. We have a whole heap of people that join in a Yard Media. So let's big up the people who are tuning in to yardmedia.com. Welcome. Tell your friends. Keep going, Mr. Big G.
And please share. We're also available on Facebook Live, but we may be disconnected. So please, if you get disconnected from Facebook Live, just go over to Old School Rules on mixlr.com or join us on Yard Media, YAAWDMEDIA.com.
All right, so today we're gonna visit one of the maestro of Jamaican music, the one, the only,
John Holt.
John Kenneth Holt.
So because the man dead, you have to pronounce
Order of distinction. Why not? I forget the man like a respect plus remember the ras, you know.
John
Kenneth Holt. By the way, you know,
Commander of the Order of Distinction.
You know anything about cricket?
Me?
Yeah.
Googly. Yeah. I know you love ball enough googly. So.
You know, so his father was a West Indies opening batsman.
Okay.
J.K. Holt Senior. But
so he was a junior.
He was a junior, obviously. All right. So we're gonna be touching the catalog of John Holt today. Actually, we did this show some time ago. We had all sorts of technical difficulty. And by popular demand,
yes,
we're revisiting
John Holt.
Right. And especially since we're back in our regular studios.
And so we kick off with his first release, 1962.
1962.
Forever. The same year Jamaica gained independence from its colonial masters.
My little darling, why did you leave? You know you hurt me in my sleep. You are so beautiful and so gay. Won't you please come back to stay? If you only believe me, I
That's a beautiful little song right there.
Yes.
The only thing I never like about it is when them say he's so happy and so, you know.
Listen, that was 1962 when those terminologies had
It was not
different
risky, yeah,
meaning.
far different. It's like the gay lads and the gay lads.
You know, but just to give a little background on where John Holt is coming from. In the 1959-62 period, John Holt was known for his dominance of the talent shows of the period. In fact, one of the biggest, if not the biggest talent show of the time was the Vera John's Opportunity Hour. And John Holt won that contest some more than half a dozen times. In fact, as a contest winner in all contests, that singing and talent contests of the period, John Holt would have won more than 3 dozen of those contests up until that time. So he had established himself, and he was a youth at the time.
You know, interestingly, with a lot of these Jamaican singers who made it very huge, they were all teenagers or sometimes pre-teen, you know, like a Dennis Brown or a Delroy Wilson.
Absolutely. In fact, if you consider that in 1962 when John Holt did this song, he would have been
12 years
just
old.
about, no, he born 47, so he would have been 15 years
50,
old.
Yeah, 47,
15. I know your maths now, so wonderful.
Yeah, I'm an English person.
We're not killing for
unlike you.
But this was his, early chart hit. It did fairly well, recorded at RJR Studios at the time. And in fact, when he did this song, he did it for Leslie Kong's Island Records label. And Kong paid him, according to John Holt, £33 or £30 for the record. And this song actually went to #1 on RJR, Radio Jamaica and Radio Fusion, it would have been at that time. And he released another song as a follow-up, a song called I Cried a Tear, which, I always thought that song was influenced by a Laverne Baker song. But maybe we should just give a listen to John Holt's I Cried a Tear. Overstay.
Told me how to love me, but you only told me lies. And now you're gonna leave me here to cry. But I don't wanna cry anymore. 'Cause now you're gonna leave me, and I'm in misery. I cried all my tears, but it all wasn't there. And now you're gonna leave me crying over you. Please don't let me cry anymore. I love you, yes I love you, till I don't know what to do. I love you, yes I love you, till I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's also another pretty little song.
Pretty little song, yeah.
You know, I think the first two outings were R&B, ballads. And again, we have to talk about the New Orleans American R&B influence on Jamaican music.
There you go. Because during those times when they were listening to music, particularly was the shortwave radio, coming over from that New Orleans and southern United States.
Yeah,
And so,
I think that I also mentioned too, in Jamaica, apart from shortwave, on AM,
Yeah.
you could pick up WGBS broadcasting outside of Miami, in the late 60s, early 70s. I remember tuning in my little transistor radio long after my grandmother went to sleep. That's how long music has been holding me,
You would have been about 5 years old.
Little red transistor radio that hold 2 AA batteries, listening.
God, how far where I come from, when
Yes.
you really consider, the impact we have had on music. But it's by listening to these musicians, these North American sound, that it was influencing the music that we were getting here. And John Holt certainly distinguished himself. The voice is still young, you hear it, but he demonstrated that talent. He did another song with Clive Chin called Rum Bumper, which was, it in fact was a duet with Alton Ellis, eh?
Right.
A ska tune, so you get the transition now from that R&B bluesy thing
yes.
we just listened to him, you know, putting his voice on
this song came out in 1965, the year of my birth.
and this would have been the middle of that ska period, or well, the tail end of the ska period. But let's give a listen to John Holt with Alton Ellis. A nice little duet,
Rum Bumper.
Rum Bumper.
And it's talking about one of my favorite beverages.
Bumpers are everywhere. Rum bumpers are even there. Rum bumpers are here. Rum bumpers are there. Rum bumpers are everywhere. Rum bumpers will bump on you. Rum bumpers will bump on me. Rum bumpers don't care whether rum or beer. Rum bumpers are everywhere. Everybody now, please beware. Beware of the rum bumpers. All they will bump up to a safe of me. Everybody now, everybody now, everybody now, everybody now, everybody now.
Yeah, that's always the sweetest part to end on a ska tune, the solo. Lots of DJs these days mix out the solo. That is the heart of the music, because the ska music at the time also borrowed on how the structure of jazz and American R&B, where you have your verse, your chorus, and then you have your solo influence, and that is played out in Jamaican ska. So that's a very foundation part.
I think you need to make that, re-emphasize that, because that is the essence. Remember, most of our artists were coming from that period where the music was always influenced by groups. You know, John Holt was listening to people like the Impressions, Curtis Mayfield, and the Impressions were one of the big groups of the time. You would have been listening to people like the Drifters, which was being led by some of the biggest voices of the time.
Four Tops.
The Four Tops. So, the solos, especially when you get down into that where the band takes over, right? And the individual members of the band is now getting their look.
Right. Also interesting, because it was never really also about the singers, also the members of the band too. They consider themselves one unit. And one of the things that we did Dennis Brown last week, and he complained about the fact that the artists nowadays and the producers are not letting the music breathe. You know, like yesterday I was playing a Buju Banton, and I was looking for a space to mix in the next song, and I could not find that space because the man just went on and on and on and on. And that's one of the reasons. So you have to know the music that you're playing so that you can find just, sometimes you're gonna get like a millisecond. So you have to just drop and mix a song. So the music breathing, you know, and when you play a song for 40 seconds and 45 seconds, you're not giving, the reason why these songs are cemented in our psyche so much is because when they were played on the radio,
we listen to the entire song.
You listen to it from the opening scratch when the needle touched the
to when it fade out again.
To when the needle scratching on the label.
Because the song done. And that is why in those days, them remote the song too, because the song get a chance to play all the way out, so the DJ forward it again.
Yes.
You know? So, but listen, I don't want to get into the issue with the DJs, because man, I was saying,
we're just talking about appreciating.
But you're right.
Appreciating music.
But again, this is John Holt in the early days, and you know, just want to make the point that if it's Sunday
It is
and
Sunday
you're
Scoops.
in this vein, you're listening to Sunday Scoops, where we do a little school teaching, and the headmaster, Big G, you have to give him his props. But anyway, so John Holt, by this time, he had established himself. Alton Ellis took him under his wings and basically said to him, now listen, one of the things you have to do if you want to become solid in this music business, that you must play an instrument. And in fact, the instrument he insisted that he learn to play was the guitar. As he pointed out, that playing the guitar
Will help
allows
him greatly.
you to write your songs better. It's a significant instrument as far as your ability as a songwriter.
As somebody that shed some light on the subject.
There, you see? So you realize I don't lie, me I tell, eh?
Yeah, man. And not only did Alton Ellis influence John Holt, he also influenced a lot of the other singers into learning an instrument, and even push producers to buy the singers an instrument.
He told, in fact, he insisted that Coxsone buy Dennis Brown a guitar. And we all know
Because
the
Dennis Brown
result
used him
of that.
first money by a suit.
Yeah, man, your remembrance good. Your remembrance absolutely good. So around this time, John Holt is finding now his footing. The connection with Alton Ellis, of course, has brought him to none other than Studio One, right?
Okay.
And at Studio One, he would now have met up with some of the bigger fellows in the thing. And he did a song, and one of his early pieces of work on the Studio One label was a song called Good Luck and Goodbye. And let's give the listeners a taste of that. I think the group at the time, he was with the Paragons, the earliest version of the Paragons, which would have
he
included...
started out, you know, interesting again with John Holt. A lot of artists, if you look at the Jamaican artists, they start out with either a duet or a group.
Right.
And then they went solo.
Segue solo.
He started out solo, did a couple duets, and then went into
a group.
Yeah. So
The Paragons at this time would have been included Bob Andy, it would have included the guy Evans and Howard Barrett and Tyrone Evans. For them, this was one of the few songs that they did together, Good Luck and Goodbye. And we'll talk about that a little.
You're going around telling your friends I'm your fool, I'm your fool. You think I'll be your fool again, but you are wrong. So if you think your smile doesn't matter, break my heart. You think your smile doesn't matter, break my heart. Maybe I loved you once, but listen, we are through.
there's no doubt from the crackling on that song.
Rusty Dusty.
Of its origin.
I think you took that record from under the cellar.
Yeah,
eh?
man.
You never bother wash it off.
That one, we never took the dust off, I could brush off the cobwebs off.
But interestingly, with this song, again, this is the Paragons, because this is a blues tune, right?
Yes.
This was, which re-emphasized the point, God, that we make all the time, that the genre didn't stop and another one pick up. The music basically coexisted. There was a lot of overlapping, and this was a good example of that. But I think we want to take a little pause for the cause before we put a little bit more behind this connection with John Holt and the Paragons, because this was the only time that Bob Andy would have featured with the Paragons inclusive of John Holt. But let's pause for the cause, try and earn a little money, and we will be right back.
Jamaica, the home of authentic reggae music and reggae wear. Reggae wear, the gear for any occasion. Reggae wear, stylish. Reggae gear, fashionable. Authentic garments, the rhythm of Jamaica. Wrap yourself in the warmth of reggae wear. Get your reggae gear today. Visit www.yardmedia.com. Capture the rhythm of Jamaica in reggae wear. Vibrant colors for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Visit our website at www.yardmedia.com and
Okay.
And we're back.
Yeah. Want to make a little comment with that tune, that this iteration.
Goodbye.
In my opinion, it was Babandi saying good luck and goodbye, because he was not very happy that John Holt was brought into the group with the Paragons. It was a quote-unquote some degree of a feud between them both. John had a reputation as a man who had very little respect for time. He didn't turn up for rehearsals on time and so on.
In other words, a man behaved like a prima.
He behaved like a star. And Babandi had some issues with that. And he made the point that if John came into the group, he was going to leave. And when it was settled that John is going to be the latest addition to the group, he stepped.
Goodbye.
So there you go. But one of the earliest pieces of music that came from John Holt's pen would have been Memories by the Score, as he picked up with the Paragons and him leading. Let's give a listen.
Just like the dew that cling to dawn, I'll cling to you, my love. I can't erase the memories of things we used to do. Oh, how I love you, girl. Oh, how I love you. Now I sit alone with memories by the storm. You remind me.
Yeah, it's so slow and melodious, that song is. You know, it just hits you right there.
And that was where this, I think it was around the time when the music had started slowing down, eh? The ska was phasing out, and there's all kinds of discussion as to the reasons why the music slowed down.
There are other songs that were in between, like ska, rocksteady, that have that kind of feel, like Desmond Decker, Unity, and those, 007, 007,
Right.
So those songs have a ska, rocksteady feel, and in between.
But John Holt was suited for this kind of approach to the music, because I think out of this, his songwriting skills really blew up. This was also the song that they auditioned at Duke Reid with, because they, even though they started out with Coxsone, it was around the time where the music thing was opening up. And they figured, of course, Coxsone are paying the money. So they figured that Duke Reid, and plus Duke Reid had invested in people like Lynn Tate, who had come up from Trinidad in '62. Lynn Tate formed a band called Lynn Tate and the Jets.
Who is one of the guys who's credited with the sound, with the rocksteady
sound.
And from Lynn Tate's own lips, he said, listen, in Trinidad, you had fast calypso and slow calypso, but in Jamaica, ska was just fast.
Right.
So he came in and decided to kind of help to slow the music down. I mean, it was attributed totally to Lynn Tate, but you know, he was one of the foundation fathers of rocksteady.
Yeah, out of the association with Duke Reid now, though, came a catalog of music that is enviable. Anywhere you go in the rocksteady business, or anybody who follow rocksteady music will tell you about that.
And Duke Reid is also credited to be the godfather of rocksteady.
Absolutely.
He ruled the ears and the radio waves back then with the music that was coming out of his studio.
Keep in mind, too, that Duke Reid at the time, apart from his own sound system and the fact that he had started out using the music to pull people into his liquor wholesale, he had a program on the radio called Treasure Isles Time. And so it gave him an immediate outlet.
That's an astute business
to feature the music that he was now producing. But let's give a listen to Happy Go Lucky Girl, one of the early pieces coming out of the blocks with the Paragons and Duke Reid.
Because of that smile you've got, but after knowing Big G digs in the crates on Old School Rules Radio, jamming the jams that radio forgot about. Tune in this Thursday at 8 p.m. as Big G takes you on a musical journey, unleashing classic after classic. Download the Mixlr app, tell a friend, and listen live on mixlr.com/oldschoolrules, where old school sounds best.
All right, we're back, and again, just trying to pause every now and then for the cause. But we played a couple of tunes a while ago. Big G,
On the Beach,
Happy Go Lucky, and Only a Smile. Now, Happy Go Lucky was again one of the earlier pieces by the Paragons coming out of John Holt's pen. According to him, again, they earn about £35 as payment for the record, which wasn't bad money at that time. The middle 1960s, £33, you could almost buy a house with them kind of money. Good money. Yes. And then On the Beach, he said that was influenced by, he had gone to a dance out at Gold Coast in St. Thomas, and he was listening to King Tubby's. And it was out of the way how the music hit him. The vibe was thick, and that was what was the influence. Again, we talk about owning Jamaican music, where our songwriters, the music creators were now, this is what showed you, they are now owning the music by writing from their own experiences.
And I can tell you, whenever I hear rocksteady music, I'm immediately drawn to a Sunday afternoon, either over by Hellshaw or out at Little Copa, at 9 Miles Bull Bay. You're just sitting down underneath a coconut tree and just drinking a white
Heineken. Well, for me, the
Heineken. And getting some fish and festival. So and whenever I hear rocksteady, I'm immediately transported to Sunday afternoon.
You are absolutely correct. You lie down on the beach out of Hellshire there, and the little cook shop, and then bring your fish. Yes, every now and then come check the temperature on your Heineken and give you a refresher. That is Jamaica. Listen, you're homesick. Yes. Only a Smile Now was another song that was influenced by a breakup he had with a girlfriend of his. And that, again, you kind of get that sense, that personal feel, you and your smiling face. Yes. So clearly, she had thrown a nice hook and him swallowed the hook, everything, hook, line, and sinker. But, interestingly, even though he was singing with the Paragons as a group, he was still doing some solo work. And one of, we're going to touch a couple of those songs. He had a feud as well with Coxsone, because Coxsone referred to him as a singing whore, because him sing for everybody, but I guess because him not sing for him anymore. You know how that go. Couple of songs, I'll Be Lonely, Alibaba, two bad piece of tune that come out of this era. Over to you, Big G.
I know I'll be lonely. I know I'll be. I know I'll be lonely. I know I'll be blue. with me. I rode through a valley with a princess by my side. The Duke and the Duchess was there to meet me with a smile. Alice was there in Wonderland, staring far away. The three blind mice was there with me to tell the teddy bear the tale. The teddy bear came smiling there with a big smile. The little Bo Peep has lost her sheep last night. Dreamed last night about Alibaba with the 40 thieves. Tom, the piper's son, he was there with me. I rode through the valley with the princess by my side. The Duke and the Duchess did the reggae, reggae, reggae last night.
Again, we mentioned earlier, Big G, Jamaicans owning the music. And this is another case. Here's John Holt taking this nursery rhyme thing and, a couple of nursery rhymes and putting together. And this thing turned out to be a phenomenal song. This was a big hit.
It's a big song, not only in Jamaica, but also in the UK.
Absolutely. And it
and
was...
You remember the fashion phase in Jamaica when everybody wear the Alibaba looking pants?
Yes. But this was, again, demonstration of the ownership of the music. It's ours. So we don't have to be locked in to this kind of stylings that was coming from North America. Now you can put your own feel into the music. But we want, this was John Holt doing some solo work, again, at the same time while he was singing with the Paragons as a group. And we want to revisit that point with him, with the Paragons, particularly on the Treasure Isle label, because during this period, John Holt was responsible for some 12 #1 hits with the Paragon, as well as himself as a solo performer.
We're going to listen to some of these songs right now.
Absolutely.
Starting off with Riding on a High and Windy Day, which came out in 1967.
Riding on a high and windy day, deep in the month of May. Riding on a high and windy day,
find another love. Oh yeah. Fly, fly, little silver bird. Fly, fly away. Fly, fly, little silver bird. Fly, fly away. Love can make the world seem brighter, like the sun that follows rain. And if you can make but one heart brighter, then your song is not in vain. So fly, fly, little silver bird. Fly, fly away. Fly, fly, little silver bird. Fly, fly away. I'm gonna wear you to the ball tonight. Put on your best dress tonight. I'm gonna fun you till it's broad daylight. Be on your best shape tonight. Though you don't suit those other guys, you suit me all right. Though you don't suit those other guys, you suit me fine. I'm gonna make you the talk of the town. No one will push you around. I'm gonna make you the talk of the town. No use wearing a frown. I'm gonna wear you to the ball tonight. Put on your best dress tonight.
You heard what the man says, baby. Said be your best, 'cause this gonna be your musical test. So come to school, little dig you the musical groove. Dig me soul fathers and dig me soul sisters. Come to Wild, maybe you can make it if you try. So be wise and be gentle and put on the best. Because I've got your musical keys. Drop it, baby, as it's coming, yeah. 'Cause I'm tougher than tough, and that is no bluff. Maybe it's because I've got the musical stuff. I'm gonna make you the talk.
Why God, that
These songs,
was
these
a
songs will never,
was a-
never, ever die.
Yeah, and I want you to talk about that, because as a man who you out there play music on the circuit, give me and well, the listeners in particular, the impetus as a man who play the music when you out there and you know and you put these songs on the turntable. What goes through your mind, and how do you read the crowd?
As a DJ, you know, timing is everything. You know, you would not start out a party with this song. You drop this more like after midnight when everybody under them liquor and everybody feeling nice, vibes flow, music flowing, rum flowing. So when you start a segment like this, you're creating an experience and taking everybody back to them childhood or their early teens when they just started experiencing romance and that kind of thing. So that as a DJ is paramount when you're playing these songs. And of course, you wouldn't play this at a country and western bar because nobody knows what you're doing.
I think
You have to find an audience. But what is interesting to me, I went to Trinidad for the first time in 2011 and spent a couple of days in Port of Spain, but I spent most of my time over on Tobago. And what struck me for the 5 days that I was in Tobago was how much Jamaican music was consumed. And I think that we've taken for granted we've influenced the Caribbean through our music and, of course, athletics. But through the music, Trinidad and the rest of the Caribbean consume a large amount of music. And I tell you something that I learned too. My brother is a fisherman, and he fished off the coast of Honduras for quite a few years, back in the 80s, 90s, and even now. And he'll tell you that there's a little island off the coast of Honduras. Guess who's king on that island? Eric Donaldson.
Mr.
Eric
Festival.
Donaldson. Yes.
Mr.
And in
Festival.
Costa Rica, you would be surprised that General Degree are the boss in Costa Rica. Nobody can talk to you. So we have influenced the planet where our music is concerned, and we're the ones who are stewards of the music. And most of us create a big mound of excrement on the music. We don't give it the value that it deserves.
I'm glad you used a $40 word to express that. But on a serious note, no, I had a conversation with Ambassador Marks yesterday, and we were just chit-chatting.
And for those of you who don't know, Ambassador Marks is the ambassador for Jamaica.
Jamaica's ambassador.
She's in
Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Right.
So our Consular General down here, Oliver Mayer, that's his boss.
Yeah.
You know, and he's doing a fantastic job as a consular.
Well,
if you're listening, boss man, big up yourself. You're an awesome job.
We were talking about the music, you know, because she asked me, tell me about the Sunday Scoops thing. Because, you know, she has been hearing about this thing. You know, she expressed the same sentiment that what we're doing is keeping the music alive. The other side of it is that you're providing the historical anecdotes that really drives the belongingness component of the music. A lot of these guys who play the music, not everybody who plays really knows the stories behind the music. But the stories, in my opinion, are the stories of us, ourselves as Jamaicans.
And piggybacking on that, there's a listener who is in the Mixlr Old School Rules chat room, who every Sunday he comes on, and he says for years he's bought all of these Jamaican records, and he values, he's from Paris, he's not a Jamaican, the man is Frenchman, and he makes sure that every Sunday afternoon he comes and he listens to Sunday Scoops, because finally he says the records that he's spent so much money on, traveling through the tunnel, going over to England, going on a ferry over to England and buying these records, finally makes sense to him. And these are people who revere our music. People have made their names, like a David Rodigan. None of them are Jamaicans.
Absolutely.
David Katz writes how much book about reggae. He's not Jamaican.
Not a Jamaican.
So we're controlling the narrative. We're talking about the music from our perspective, because one thing they can't take away from us, we live the music.
Absolutely.
And we're here. So big up Jamaica.
And this, we
Brand
want to just make that, just to reinforce that. Here is an approach to documenting this thing in an audiovisual, from an audiovisual standpoint.
Right.
So it's easier consumption. We're gonna returning to the man of the moment, though, the great John Holt. Again, we celebrating the work he did, particularly with the Paragons. Around this time, though, the Paragons had basically started breaking up.
Drift apart.
Yeah, because two of the other two guys, Evans and Barrett, went to the United States to go to work, because in as much as
I
they
think
were...
one of them was here on a scholarship to went back to school. Or something
yeah, I think
like
Barrett it was, who went back to school to become an engineer. But he decided that, listen, even though they're out of the picture, he was going to continue his thing. And so he embarked on a solo career. And one of the songs that he came out of the gate with, well, the song he came out of the gate with was Stick By Me.
Yo, that song, I can tell you, I have a cousin, he sadly passed away a couple of years ago. He lived in England, and I'll tell you that this is his favorite song. And I remember when this song came out, I was 9 years old, but
give a listen.
Mad tune.
You see For my heart and my love belong to you. Oh, oh, stick by me, I'll stick by you.
Now, this is John Holt jumping out of the gate as a solo artist. Well, given the breakup or the dissolution of the Paragons. But Stick By Me wasn't an original. The song was originally done by a group called Shep and the Limelighters.
Yes, yes.
1963. And John Holt basically took it and put his own styling on the song. The song became a massive hit. So it basically continued Holt's tradition as a hit maker. I think this song he did it for it was Bonnie Lee, your boy, yes. Bonnie Lee, Striker Lee label.
Bonnie Striker Lee.
Massive hit. And then what followed now was a string of significant hits, and we're gonna touch a few of them. Over to you, Big G.
Looking back over my life, I can see where I caused you strife. But I know, oh yes I know, I'd never make that same mistake again. Looking back over my deeds, I can see signs a wise man use. And if I just had the chance, I'd never make that same mistake again. Taught me the golden rule. They say, son, you better know yourself, because in time to come it's going to be dread. And now me gonna up and camp. Me never want go up and camp. And now me gonna up and camp. Me never want go up and camp. Why didn't I take their advice? If I did, I would be living in style. God knows I wasn't born to go wild. And now me gonna up and camp. Me never want go up and camp. And now me gonna up and camp. Me never want go up and camp. Oh mother, I wish you were around to see your son how he's bouncing around.
Yeah, that was Up Park Camp, and one of the stories behind this is because at the time, with the amount of gun violence that was happening in Jamaica, the government created the Up Park Camp. It was a gun court, right up Park Camp.
We need the car. It was, in my opinion, one of the most tragic points in our history as Jamaicans. It was ruled unconstitutional eventually. People get sentenced for life imprisonment if them find it with even an empty casing, not just a bullet, empty.
A spent shell.
A spent shell, right? You go life imprisonment. That was the nature of the thing. It was the same Michael Manley experiment.
But I'll tell you this, as I mentioned about that spent shell, and let's hold that thought. Let's just pause for the cause and we'll get right back to that.
Yeah.
It makes sense to have a licensed mechanic work on your car. It also makes sense to have a licensed professional advise and represent you on all your Canadian immigration needs. Hi, I'm Carl Marshall, a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and can help with applications for family sponsorship, study and work permits, visitors visas, and permanent residence. For solid advice and representation on all your Canadian immigration matters, call me at 416-554-0892 or email carl@carlmarshall.ca.
So back to that thought process that we had before that. The whole thing about Spencer. As a kid, again, when I was in primary school, I grew up in the mountains in Manchester. And my grandfather planted banana. And there was a whole banana plantation. The Gentles at the time had a huge banana plantation. Long story short, soldiers from the Jamaican Defense Force. They used to have their own war games where they practiced. And at the end of the evening when they come home, there was a lot of spent shells around. So can you imagine a teenager was picking up one of those 7.762 from the SLR rifle,
right.
the spent shell, and police stop you.
Prison don't miss you.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So it's just
it was a crazy piece of legislation. But again, this is not politics. The song though was again became a massive hit
because
for John Holt.
Indefinitely too.
Indefinite
so that's
detention.
what he was saying. I don't want to go up park here because I don't want to be detained.
Somebody else had done a variation of the song. We want to go, don't want to go to Rikers Island.
Yes, that was.
But we just want to focus on the John Holt building his career now. He had been doing some work with Trojan Records. And they issued an album, 1,000 Volts of Holt, which
that's a very bad album,
massive album. In fact, he made several attempts. I think he made two attempts after that, 2,000, 3,000.
Those weren't as
didn't go anywhere.
As the original.
But 1,000 Volts of Holt was massive, and a number of the songs we're gonna touch some of them coming through. One of them is "Help Me Make It Through the Night," which let's give a listen.
Take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall, laying soft upon my skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay down by my side. Yesterday's day and gone, and tomorrow is out of sight, and it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. I've seen the rain falling down, with a speck of blue there, deep through a hole in the cloud. The sun was green and hay there, as you ramble through your sorrow, as if everything is wrong, living in yesterday, tomorrow. I know that something must be wrong. I'll take a melody and see what I can do about it. I'll take a melody and see what I can do about it. I'd like to run 'cause I know I never will. You stay away and all I do is wonder why the hell I wait for you. But when did common sense prevail for lovers when we knew it never will? Impossible to live with you, but I know I could never live without you. For whatever you do, I never, never, never want to be in love with anyone but you. When I saw you standing there, I about fell off my chair. And when you move your mouth to speak, I felt the blood go to my feet. It took time for me to know what you try so not to show. Something in my soul just cried. I see it all in your blue eyes. Baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you love me to want you the way that I want you, if you'd only let it be. You taught yourself years ago you'd never let your feelings show. The obligation that you made for the title that you gave. Who knows that I have found you will know I love you still. Will I wait a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. I will. For if I ever saw you, I didn't catch your name, but it doesn't really matter. I will always feel the same. Love you forever and forever. Love you with all my heart. Love you whenever we're together. Love you when we're apart. Many a man has gone away. Many a man has gone astray, searching for the treasures of a love that's true. I'm hoping that my treasure can be you. And I believe the further you look, the less you see. I'm hoping you'd be the treasure for me. I've seen men carry their hopes from town to town, trying to track lost treasure down. Some find the true love before their hopes are gone. Others lose hope and they have to go on. And I believe the further you look, show love, the less you see. I'm
Well, let me tell you something. When you talk about class, John Holt have it. This was 1973. 71 to 73 was when John Holt is now finding his groove. Because by this time now, he's doing a lot of work with Trojan. He had put out a couple of albums, the 1000 Volts of Holt, which you touch quite a few songs
So there were
on that album.
versions from Bread. Maybe
Right.
I want to Never, 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 Shirley Bassey. You know,
The-
those are some of the songs that we did.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. Stranger in Love, what else it feature? Further You Look.
Further You Look.
These songs were,
Because remember, he had released an album called Further You Look.
and in
Rain
fact,
from
the
the
single,
Skies.
Rain from the Skies, was Adam Wade.
Adam Wade,
His interpretation. A lot of Jamaican artists had also touched.
Wilson touched that.
Yeah,
I like the
Rain from the Sky.
version.
This was smooth because now you had the introduction of the strings and the wind instruments, and so it gave the song to my mind a much richer feel. But this was again sort of setting the music up for the British market that was accustomed to the introduction of the strings. Dusty Rhodes actually did that song, The Further You Look,
Right.
but if you ask me, John Holt owned that song when he took it
One of the
over.
things we're going to feature just towards the end of the program is John Holt's coup d'etat, which I'll just leave it at there.
You always like for him always like to put the icing on the cake at the show.
or as
And guess what?
Jamaicans say, icing.
Icing. But you know, John Holt is a significant part of Jamaica's musical heritage. And what is important is to appreciate that here's a man who his career spanned 3 different decades of the music. And while a lot of artists who started out with him couldn't transition from rocksteady into reggae or from reggae into dancehall, John Holt did all of that. He transitioned from ska, a little bit of ska, some blues, ska, rocksteady, reggae, and dancehall. So all of the important genres, you know,
Turning points.
yeah, he was there, and in fact, he helped to shape the turn of the music. But we're gonna pay some bills. Let us try to pause for the cause a little bit and earn a little something. Put a little something in the kitty. We need oil for drive go home at evening time. That's all.
Saturdays are sizzling on Old School Rules Radio. Get your dancing shoes ready as the Fusion Master Jeff, DJ Jazzy Ray, Mixmaster Magic, DJ Migraine the Maestro, and Carl the Hitman Marshall jam the jams from yesteryear. Download the Mixlr app and listen live on mixlr.com/oldschoolrules. Old School Rules Radio, where old school sounds best.
One girl said, "Whoa, me a sweat."
All right, so talking about going into the reggae aspect, coming into the 80s, one of John Holt's big, massive hit, as I talk about straddling both the dancehall and the reggae fence. I want you to hear this song.
Sweetie, 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 sweetie. There's a girl living in my neighborhood. She's so beautiful, they call her sweetie. When she walks into the neighborhood, everybody turn and stare, looking at sweetie. Sweetie, 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 sweetie. There's a girl living in my neighborhood. She's so beautiful, they call her sweetie. When she walks into the neighborhood, everybody turn and stare, Sweetie, come hold me. Sweetie, come shape up. Not because you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. You won't come tax me. Not because you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. You won't come tax me. But I'm a dreadlocks and I don't buy fat. Yes, I'm a dreadlocks and I don't buy fat. Not because you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. You won't come tax me. Not because you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. You won't come tax me. You say me lucky, me lucky. You say me lucky, girl, me lucky. Some guys would model feed that, but I don't buy fat. Some guys would model feed that, but I don't buy fat. Not because you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. You won't come tax me. Not because you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. You won't come tax me. Yes, boss, yes, boss, yes, boss. Police in helicopter, I search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets, searching for cali weed. Soldiers in the field, burning the cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. Soldier in the herb field, burning the cali weed. Police in helicopter, I search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets, searching for cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane field. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. Love I can feel, love I can feel, love I can feel, yeah. I want a love I can feel. That's the only kind of love I think is real. Don't want to be going by something I heard. Cause baby, action speak louder than words. I want a love that is mine. In the rain it's always sun, sun, sunshine. A love to keep me warm when it's cold. That kind of loving that will never grow. Don't you know I want love? Don't you know I want love? Always stealing in the night. On the silent steps it will creep up on you. In a mistake form it will kiss you too. It will make you run until you wanna cry. Hurt yourself, make you wanna sigh. Be careful, be careful. Love get a hold on you like a thief in the night. Stealing, stealing, stealing. It will make you run until you wanna cry. Hurt yourself, make you wanna sigh. Be careful, be careful. Love get a hold on you like a thief in the night. I had a girl who wanted me to do things that I really couldn't do. So I made her pack her things and leave my home, never to come back anymore. Be careful, be careful. Love get a hold on you like a thief in the night. stealing, stealing, stealing. If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby? If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby? If I were a miller and the mill should grind me, would you miss your lover, man? Your soft shoe shine. Yes. Oh, sweet baby. If a tinker were my trade, would you still find me? Absolutely, yes, I would. Come give me your tomorrow. If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby?
Now,
Yes,
I'll
yes,
tell you
yes.
this song. The only thing with this song, though, the original song said, if I were a miller at the mill wheel grinding, but
Yeah, you
John
couldn't
would
put
say,
that-
if I was a miller and the mill wheel should grind me, would you still love your lover, man? Master, you're dead. If
Yeah,
the mill wheel grind, you're
but
dead.
guess what?
But then I love you.
You
Yeah,
can't,
miss you.
can't knock him. Now, you played some of these tunes that you
This
just
was
run through.
80s,
Yeah.
from 1982 to
1980.
1987.
In 1982, the music was changing again. And it was now the era of the dancehall. If
And
you
also-
remember,
Also the beginning stages of computers.
and what John Holt demonstrated
Or the
was
electronic influence,
his
not computers.
capacity and readiness for this thing. John Laws featured heavily at this point in Jamaica's music development. And a number of these tunes, Police in Helicopter, Fat Shifat.
So, Police in Helicopter was also same time when the war, the Bush era,
The Reagan
and the war on
era.
drums. late Reagan,
early Bush era,
the war on drums, when they came up with the tagline "Say No to Drugs," and Jamaica had signed a kind of a treaty with the United States of America, and so there were a lot of joint raiding that went on for the marijuana fields in Jamaica at the time.
The thing
where-
named Ganja Field, man. If you say marijuana, people wonder what the dickens you talk about. Ganja
Mary Jane.
Field. Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Yeah. Some
So,
of the
you know,
biggest,
so
I
that's
tell
one
you.
of the songs. And this was our way to say, yo, because the man said, listen, if you're going to hit us where it hurts,
We're burning on the cane
economical.
field them.
If you burn the marijuana plants, we're going to burn the cane field.
Important thing again, you want to know what's happening in Jamaica?
Listen to the music.
to the music. But again, it also brought to the fore and the talent of not just John Holt, but John Laws, who was a young producer coming up at the time. And John Laws produced Yellow Man as well.
Yes,
Right? In
and
fact, there was a
on
collaboration
Nine,
with Yellow Man,
prolific.
right, on
Prolific.
this. That is really worth listening to. And it just showed the kind of talent that existed in all of the different spheres of the music. Jonjo literally authored Yellowman's career, right? And this collaboration, this was John Holt looking around and realizing that, hey, if I don't move with the times, I am going to
Be left
be made
behind.
redundant. And this was John Holt literally stamping his class. I would love you to get the listeners a little piece of John Holt with Yellow Man, if you can find it.
You can't find
If you
it.
can find it.
While I look for that, you can...
But, you
we
know,
Go ahead.
this is really where Jamaican music is now stamping itself, because by this time now, with all the proliferation of producers, the rising of these younger upcoming DJs, people like Alton, people like John Holt here, who's showing their own relevance, that it don't matter where the music is leading to, they are going to be there. And, you know, again, this is part of what we do here at Sunday Scoops, is bring you the stories so you get a good understanding of where the music is coming from. I want to just use the opportunity as well to just call your attention to some of these merchandise that you see we have displayed here and that we are adorned in. This is the Yard Media merchandise. We are celebrating reggae music in Jamaica. Visit our website and pick up a couple pieces. Let's make some money, take a pause for the cause.
Jamaica, the home of authentic reggae music and reggae wear. Reggae wear, the gear for any occasion. Reggae wear, stylish. Reggae gear, fashionable, authentic garments. The rhythm of Jamaica. Wrap yourself in the warmth of reggae wear. Get your reggae gear today. Visit www.yardmedia.com. Capture the rhythm of Jamaica in reggae wear. Vibrant colors for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Visit our website at www.yardmedia.com and get your reggae gear today.
She's a queen of the ghetto, and I know so. Oh yeah. She lives in the heart of the city. Yeah. Down there where there is no pity. No. She knows the root of the rootless. She lives among the baddest of the baddest. She's the queen of the ghetto. She's the queen of the ghetto. She's the queen of the ghetto. She don't wear no fancy makeup. She don't wear no fancy dress. She is a natural beauty. Yeah. Her heart is pure and clean. She's the queen of the ghetto. Oh, she's the queen of the ghetto. She's the queen of the ghetto. Oh, yeah. I don't wanna Friday night, girls meet boys, and lots of hugging and kissing under the golden moon that shines a silver light. Oh, I'd like to be one of them, but I'm like a wandering sheep on this island, with no one to love me, with no one to kiss me. That's why I say, someone please take my hand and let us go. I keep on thinking, I wish it was me.
One of the things, the feature of this thing with John Holt again, is his sampling of a number of studios. In the mid-70s when Channel One opened up, the Hookim brothers made the point that they had no knowledge about anything with the music. They had the wherewithal, the money and things put in the studio. So they were giving the artists the opportunities to literally proof the studio. And this is how John Holt ended up at Channel One and did a number of tunes, one of which a couple of which you played earlier. But this was, and you hear that distinctive Channel One sound with the flying cymbal.
Right.
You pick that up, tunes like Up Park Camp and Tribal War, and the song you played two records ago, Satisfaction. But
that was a massive song.
and coming out of Channel One, that song was a big #1 tune, and it
big
helped
jukebox tune too.
establish Channel One as a foremost studio coming. In fact, the argument was that Studio One finding themselves kind of sliding away in the reggae era. Coxsone by this time had migrated to New York, and so his inability, if you will, to cope with what was going on with reggae music and the vast differential that was coming through now with the different producers. Channel One literally, according to him, said Channel One copy him sound. But that really wasn't true. What Channel One did is took his sound, yes, and took it apart and produced something that was far, far different, right?
So and the hallmark and the difference between a Channel One sound and a Studio One sound is where Studio One sound is dark and murky and heavy bass line, Channel One was a little bit more refined. And you could tell the difference in the music, even those that was produced in the 70s.
Absolutely. You got a sense of Channel One using up the musicians more. It was about the same time, though, where the computerized thing was coming into the music, and Channel One being on the cutting edge with the electronics and so on. They embraced that.
Yeah, things were moving from tube into transistors.
Right.
Or the IC as an integrated circuits, as electronics speak.
Spoken like a true electronics man. But, today we're featuring the work of John Holt, and if it is Sunday, you are in tune to Sunday Scoops.
One of the big songs that came out in the mid to late 1970s for John Holt,
yeah,
was this song.
My name is Dr. Love. Call my number anytime. I'm available, just call on me. My name is Dr. Love. I can mend your broken heart, replace anytime. I'm available, just call on me. My number is 6609.
You're so beautiful, like flowers in the garden, so sweet and kind. I want you to be mine.
Little girl, you don't have to talk to me.
Your body language is saying it all. You don't have to talk to me. Girl, you know I never set you free. You know I won't, girl.
You send a signal, so sentimental. My heart throbs for you, girl. The very first time you walked through the door, that was the same time you walk in my life. Oh, oh, well, 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 well.
I'm here by appointment to fulfill my commitment. Yeah, take my heart this first installment. 'Cause girl, you are my lifetime investment.
Girl, your love is like wildfire, spreading all over the world.
I've sent you roses many a time, wanting you to come on over. Girl, I've heard a lot of things about you. People are so untrue. I want to be with you. Hey.
Girl, your love is like wildfire, spreading all over the world.
Stay close. Woman, I love you the most. Mr. John Holt say he won't brag no bones. Like a thousand
I'm
pounds.
gonna tell the world about you, baby.
With bounty killer.
You're my best girl and I
Never
want
be
the whole
cold.
wide
It's
world
like
to
a
know.
thunderbolt.
Listen, baby, I'm gonna tell my friends about you. Tell them about the things that you do to me. Tell them you're everything that's good, so good to me. Tell them you're my best girl and best you'll always be. I wanna be always close to you, to give an helping hand if ever you're in need. I wanna be always so close to you.
I won't treat you unkind, I won't treat you cruel. This relationship from the scratch that we build. Most time we argue, enough time we quarrel. You are me best girl, so just chill. And stay close to me. And you are me best girl, you mean the most to me. And you no need no stress, girl, send no close to me. My love in excess, girl. Me no need to see your next girl. Woman, I you me love the most, you know I'm sending this toast. Hey, every man, you want the woman in the house. My brother tell the world they have the number one spouse. My love right from coast down to coast. I no need to rock, you know, say.
And what we just did was 3 different instances of collaborations that John Holt did. One with Bounty Killer, which we just played, and Dennis Brown, and before that it was with the big man himself, the cool ruler, Gregory Isaacs. I love that body language song, man. It takes me again way back to my Sunday afternoons on the beach.
And if you're just joining us, You are in tune to Sunday Scoops, where we only play
The hits.
the best music coming out of Jamaica.
And we're right now about to take a pause for the cause. It's 3:45 p.m. on your Sunday afternoon. Welcome to those people who are listening on mixlr.com, and also if you're listening on yardmedia.com. And if you're getting booted from Facebook, go to yardmedia.com. You will listen uninterrupted, or you can go to mixlr.com/old school rules. And it's RULEZ, not RULES.
RULEZ. Z.
Z, my English one.
No, yeah, Jamaica.
Z, me say. Yeah, Z thing. It's a Z when you're asleep.
I think what they had for breakfast this morning.
Best multi-killer voice.
What they had for breakfast this morning.
Pause for the cause.
Sundays are special at Old School Rules Radio. Give thanks and praise during the gospel hour from 10 to 11 a.m. before boarding the Sunday Soul Train with DJ Gregory G. Jamming the jams from yesteryear from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mixmaster Magic presents the story behind the story on Sunday Scoops, showcasing the lives, music, and careers of reggae's most prolific hit makers from 2 to 4 p.m. Carl the Hitman Marshall hits the spot as he takes you to Sunday School from 4 to 7 p.m. Getting you ready for the musical onslaught of serious old school from 7 to 10 p.m. with DJ Micah and the Maestro for the perfect end to your weekend. Download the Mixlr app and listen live on mixlr.com/oldschoolrules. Old School Rules Radio, where old school sounds best.
And over the next 15 minutes or so, or 14 minutes, we're going to be featuring some of John Holt's hits. You know, sadly, John Holt passed away a couple of years ago.
About 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was in October.
Yeah.
October of 2016. And he has left us, though, with a plethora of hits, plethora of music. Like Dennis Brown, like Gregory Isaacs, one Sunday is not enough. But we try to do as best as we can in the little 2 hours that we have. Sometimes it's probably worth doing a part 2, but what we try to do is just to curate the best songs that we feel, represented the
career. Not only, and is representative of the career of such a phenomenal artist.
To the family of John Holt, I know your parents are not with us, you're no longer with us, but we still thank you so much for blessing us with this, this gentleman, John Holt, Commander of the Order of Distinction.
Also, I want to say, I want to just join my friend Japor, who made the point that Jamaica is better off, is richer for the fact that John Holt chose the microphone instead of going out between the wickets, as his father did as a cricketer. And I agree with you, Poria, that Jamaica better off. We're going to feature 15 or so minutes of some of the classics from the 70s, from the 60s all the way back to when he did his... I'm going to end off with a couple of songs which will be repeated from what we played earlier. But this was done with the strings,
with the Royal
Philharmonic Orchestra.
So that's how John Holt kind of just creamed, put the icing, or as Jamaicans say, the icing on his career.
The icing on him cake.
Which is the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. A Love I Can Feel came out in 1970.
They
diamonds that cover their necks, then fancy handbags to match their dress. They will rob and cheat you. They will make you wanna cry. They will rob you. They will rob you. Don't let them tell you any mystic lies. It's just one of their old alibi. They will take you out for a ride, then give you that same old fancy slide. They will rob and cheat you. They will make you wanna cry. They will rob you. They will rob you. If you let me make love to you, then why can't I touch you? If you let me make love to you, then why can't I touch you? I'm not saying I want to change you. I don't want to rearrange you. It may sound silly for me to say this after the way you broke my heart, but I still love you, although we are far apart. It may sound silly to say I miss you. I must confess that this is true. It may sound silly for me to say this after the way you broke my heart, but I still love you, although we are far apart. It may sound silly to say I miss you. I must confess that this is true. I want you only, 'cause no one else will do. I'm just a stranger, stranger in London town. Take my hand. Let me hear you say yeah. Hold me. Don't be scared. I need you right now.
tell you, Richie.
Man.
We can sit down here for the rest of the afternoon and just listen to Pierre John Holt.
I am telling you.
And still not be fully satisfied.
We could play John Holt for at least 2 or 3 days, but just want to use the opportunity to to say thanks for all the people who spend some time with us. It really gives us a thrill seeing the responses after we put all of this effort to put this kind of show together. We're really glad that you guys have been enjoying. Tell your friends. Every Sunday, 2 to 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Share if you're on social media, Facebook in particular. And next week, Sunday, we are going to feature the king himself, in my books, Alton Ellis, the man who taught all of these artists the rudiments of this business. And we're going to, actually, let me rephrase that. It's the governor, Alton Ellis. God, take it away.
Yeah, let's give thanks to everybody who listens on mixlr.com, Old School Rules, yardmedia.com, and if you're joining us on Facebook Live, thank you so much. Old School Rules continues right after this with Carl the Hitman Marshall with Sunday School. I've got to change our name there now, Sunday School.
We're charging. I think him a piggyback.
Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. Walk good. Jagad and bless.
Jamaica, the home of authentic reggae music and reggae wear. Reggae wear, the gear for any occasion. Reggae wear, stylish. Reggae gear, fashionable, authentic garments. The rhythm of Jamaica. Wrap yourself in the warmth of reggae wear. Get your reggae gear today. Visit www.yardmedia.com. Capture the rhythm of Jamaica in reggae wear. Vibrant colors for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Visit our website at www.yard.
Monday's the working day, yeah. Tuesday's the very same, yeah. Wednesday when you feel the strain.